perhaps the frustration comes from the fact that you know as a football fullback when you're struggling with your winger, the pace of Daniel James at the moment, and so perhaps that has led to his frustration there. But Ghana need to be careful. They haven't dealt with set pieces very well so far. I think about 2 or 3 of the shots on target that we've seen from Wales came from set pieces.
Thomas on the ball, sends in a long free kick. This time Rondon goes up, but heads over the crossbar. Goal kick to Ghana. Keith Moore, very experienced player for Wales. He was instrumental in the qualifiers. This time heading over the crossbar. Goal kick to Ghana. Mervyn Senaya, so far so good for the Auxerre player, who was also invited by Togo when we were playing our friendly games against Austria and Germany, but decided to represent the Black Stars.
Yeah, I mean, if it were you and you had the opportunity to play at a World Cup and there was Togo, I'm not sure you'd make a different decision. I don't think anyone else would make a different decision in the same shoes.
Let's see how things go for him. He's part of the final 26 players that will be representing Ghana at the World Cup. Big one for him. Ball to Dallo. Almost giving it away. Jordan Ayew with an opportunity. This should have been the opener. It was a gift to Jordan. I think he was surprised a bit that Dallo actually played this one to him, but Jordan could have done better in that instance, Oracle.
Yeah, it's a difficult angle, to be fair. I would have thought he would have been more composed and tried to turn around and see what his options are. But then again, in that split second, you're probably not thinking about that. And it's just like 1% of professional footballers who would be that composed. But I mean, it's a reward for his hard work, his press, good chance, good opportunity. Probably should have reacted a bit faster or more composed. But at the end of the day, it's a chance that goes begging.
Clearly, Greg Bellamy not happy with Dallo gifting Jordan that ball. And these days, our best bets to scoring goals in the Black Stars has come from Jordan Ayew. Scored about 7 goals leading up to the World Cup in the qualifiers. Recently, Germany, Austria friendly. Jordan got that goal against Austria, and he will be looking at getting goals at the World Cup. Poor ball from Kamaldeen Sulemana goes out of touch, but Carlos Queiroz would applaud. I'm sure he's happy with what he's seen in the last 5 minutes, where there's been some form of urgency to the Black Stars. The pressing has been good.
It's the second time Kamaldeen has tried that crossfield pass that went straight out of touch. He needs to do better in those situations.
Thomas Partey easily into the books of the referee. Give the referee no option than to flash that yellow card with that lunging tackle, trying to take the ball off Dan James.
He's causing trouble wherever he goes. He comes central, and now it's Thomas Partey who is having a headache. If you're a Ghana player, you don't want Daniel James near your position at the moment. He's causing havoc everywhere.
Dan James causing a lot of havoc. Thomas Partey, one of Ghana's best midfielders at the moment, has not played so many games for Villarreal, but we'll be looking at stamping his authority when we go to the World Cup. 32 years of age, this could be his last World Cup with the Black Stars. Remember, Partey made his debut for Ghana in 2016. He's played 58 matches so far, scored 16 goals in the process, and is a key part of the team. Free kick to Wales, 31 minutes played. Let's see what they make out of this. Ward beautifully placed, and ball passed back. It's been blocked. Good one from Prince Kwabnedu. to ensure the ball doesn't go past the wall. But it goes back to Wales. Dallo on the ball. Finds Lolo, who finds Da Silva from the left. Fatai Sahaku pressing back. Wales will always go back to their goalkeeper to restart the game. Lalo again, a long one, trying to find Dan James, who comes infield. But Gideon Mensah with that last ditch tackle. Clearly not a back pass there. It was Brooks who made that run from midfield. Nearly caught the Black Stars defense unaware, but it was good play from Gideon Mensah to get a touch on the ball. Ball goes up again. Comfortable there for Wales. We've not seen much of Prince Kwabena in the attacking areas. It's been his defensive duties that have been highlighted more in this game.
Yeah,
and I'm sure the position would also play a part. But it looks like there's been a change of position. Kamaldeen Sulemana has moved out wide, and he has rather moved in infield. More of a 4-4-2 now from coach Carlos Queiroz. Jordan Ayew coming back there. Jonas Ajete finds goalkeeper Lawrence Atizigi. He goes long, trying to locate Prince Kwabena, but headed out. Kamaldeen Sulemana, a player with immense quality and would also be looking at doing a lot for the Black Stars. Kwabena moved a yard too early, offside.
And I think for Prince, this is probably on you to him. He's playing in a hybrid role where we've seen him play as a number 9, he's played as a 10, he's played as an 11. It's almost like 3 different roles in 30 minutes. And I don't know whether that is to Queiroz responding to what Wales are doing, or that was part of the initial plan, but he slotted back into his number 10 role now, just slightly behind Jordan in the attack.
If you're a staunch follower of the Ghana Premier League 2015-2016, Prince Kwabena reaching United, the moment he gets into dealing very well with the woman. Unlike Gideon, who has had a lot of trouble with the pace that James Mervyn has been pretty solid at right back so far. Will still on the ball. Da Silva finds Ethan Humphrey. Back to Da Silva, who finds Lolo. Goes into the middle to Sheenan and ball now back to Rondon. Nico Williams. Well, stringing their passes together very well. The Black Stars so far have slowed down in terms of their pressing. That is a true ball by Gideon Mensah. Spots the danger and clears his line. Now with Kudus not part of the squad, a lot of people are asking where that creativity would come from in the team.
I think it's time for the wide men to step up. We saw Fatai Sahaku start this game brilliantly, but I think he's dissipated a bit as the game wore on. Not due to any fault of his, but he's just not seen enough of the ball between, minutes 12 to now. And so he's just not been able to really impact the game. I think our wide men, the likes of Fatai Sahaku, Enes Nuama, Kamaldeen Sulemana, Bonsuba, Inaki Williams to some extent, Semenyo, all of them need to step up with the goals and assists to be able to alleviate, losing someone like Mohamed Kudus.
Let's see how it goes. Ghana coming forward with Elisha. Ball with Kamaldeen Sulemana, cast on to his right and Alicia shots, but deflected and not much power behind that ball. Dallo with a comfortable save. You want Kamaldeen Sulemana in those positions where he can cut onto his right and try to bend the ball. But this time, he didn't get enough. It was actually deflected by Nico Williams, and it fell kindly to goalkeeper Dallo. 36 minutes of play at the Cardiff City Stadium in Wales. It is Wales goalless Black Stars goalless, no goals to see here. Wales could have easily taken the lead, but for the heroics of Atiziki, this game is still barring. Gideon Mensah there with that beautiful control to ensure ball doesn't get to Dan James. Finds Kamaldeen Sulemana back to Gideon Mensah. Sends a long one trying to find Prince Kwabena. Flex on the ball but goes out of touch. Well, referee says last touch came off the Wales defender, so it's a throw into Ghana. Kamaldeen has a lot to prove. He plays his football with Atalanta in the Italian Serie A. Started pretty well, but has so far not shown enough. But in this game, he's showing his quality. 1-2 with Jordan Ayew. Kamaldeen Sulemana with that left cross, but he's being blocked by Nico Williams. So if Dan James is giving Gideon Mensah a lot of headache, I'm sure Nico Williams was also finding a bit of difficulty with Kamaldeen Sulemana. He seemed to have burst into life in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's growing into the game now, and you can see he's charging up the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Ghana getting into the game a lot more.
And that is what we want to see. Corner kick to Ghana, our first in this game. Jordan Ayew, always on corner kick duties. Players like Jerome Opoku would be very instrumental in the ball sent in. But Rondon gets a touch on the ball as it goes out of touch. Throw in to Ghana. It was a beautifully floated ball in by Jordan Ayew. But the experienced Rondon spotted the danger behind him as he flicked off the ball. Jordan Ayew made his debut for the Black Stars in 2010. He so far played 119 goals, scored a total of 34 goals in return for the team. Another corner kick to the Black Stars, this time won by Prince Kwabena. Jordan will be playing his third World Cup because he was part of the 2014 team, 2022, and also 2026. He has been named in the squad. So the most experienced player in the ranks for Ghana. Ghana's second corner kick in this game, 38 minutes of play. Jordan not to effect this one. It is, okay, Jordan back on duty, sends the ball in. Again, it's a tussle in there. Jerome Opoku tried to head it goals, but it's been blocked for Fatai Issahaku. With that tricky there, can he go past his man? No is the answer. Ball still with Ghana. Mervyn Senaya tries to have a goal, but ball way off targets. And this will come as a relief to Wales.
For a second, I'm sure Senaya saw his name in the headline, so that was audacious on his weak foot. From 40 or 30, okay, maybe like what, 30 yards? Yeah, it looks about 30 yards there. There's absolutely no way.
And that would have been a good introduction for him. I mean, to tell Ghanaians that I can score.
Yeah, but yeah, sometimes you need to try your luck.
Of course. It's always best that you try your luck in games like this. It boosts your confidence. So far, so good for the Black Stars who have turned up the heat in the last 5 minutes. Ajeti finds Mervyn Senaya. Senaya goes back to Ajeti, who gets his long. Tussle between Kwabena and Sheeman, but Sheeman comes up on top. Ball now with Lolo. Finds Thomas. He's had to deal with the strength of Mervyn Senaya in this first 40 minutes. Not been an easy one for him. But still, Wales on the ball. Nico Williams out wide. Sends the ball to Thomas, who was trying to go down the middle, but ball being cut out by Jordan Ayew. But still, Wales recycle possession and are trying patiently to draw the Black Stars out of their shelf. It's not been an easy one because the Black Stars have been very compact, especially in the middle and at the back. But Wales coming forward with Ethan Ampadu. Beautiful play there. Thomas on the ball being pursued by 2 players. Sends the ball back. But that challenge from Thomas Partey.
Mutala, should I tell you what? If that was a competitive match, I think Partey is off. If that was a competitive match, I think Thomas Partey would be off.
Thomas Partey there stretching, trying to get the ball, but he rather got Brooks. And clearly you can see Ethan Ampadu drawing the attention of the referee that this is a second yellow card. As Eriko said, in a competitive game.
It's a friendly game, so you probably want to test your players at the best. So, but I think this is a clear second yellow card. It's reckless, denied a good opportunity for Wales. This is nowhere near the ball. This is, for a player as experienced as Partey, you would expect better. And that's the replay of his first yellow card.
Oh, Thomas Partey, maybe he's a bit rusty. We need to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's not played enough games for VRL in recent times, but still a very brilliant midfielder.
I'll be surprised if he comes out of the tunnel for the second half.
Oh, let's see what happens, because the other players on the bench, like Kelly Berenchui, who is also looking at getting in there, the likes of Kwesi Zibo would all want to get onto the pitch for the second 45 minutes. But free kick to Wales, Lawrence Atizigi organizing the war, and on the floor is Prince Kwabena Edu, who tried to ensure the ball doesn't go beneath, past him under the wall. Let's see what happens. Free kick to Wales. Nico Williams and Brooks behind the ball. Can Ghana prevent this one? It is Brooks who goes with the shot, but the wall does his job. Ball still with Wales. And Mervyn Senaya throws his body in the way of that shot from Keith Amor to prevent the ball getting to Atizigi. Thomas Partey with that poor touch. Ball goes to Ethan Ampadu. Laula with that ball, trying to find Rondon. Very patient display from Wales at the moment. Ghana wins possession. Fatai Shahaku on the ball. Can Ghana get the opener before halftime? Fatai Shahaku tries to feed Thomas Partey, but that touch, Gideon Mensah sends in the cross. Prince Kwabena Edu. Shot comes in, but brilliant save from Dallo.
Senaya tried again.
Mervyn Senaya tried the first time, ball flew way over the crossbar. This time, it was a deflected effort of Thomas, and Dallo had to pull off this save. If not, Ghana would have been up by a goal to nil. Third corner kick for the Black Stars. 44 minutes of play so far. The Oxerman so far has displayed some good performance at right back. Jordan Ayew says in the corner kick, player down. But the referee says there was an infringement in the 1 minute of other time. That would have been some goal and some introduction for Mervyn Senaya.
Well, if we go back to geometry class and your first effort flies way over the bar and your second effort just under the bar saved by the goalkeeper, then his third effort could see us celebrating. It's surprising to see we're saying this about a right back.
Yeah.
He's probably been Ghana's biggest threat going forward, maybe alongside Jordan, who's also had 2 efforts.
Not been a bad display from the Auxerre man, who some few months ago was also invited by the Togolese national team, but he decided to choose the Black Stars ahead of Togo, and today he's part of the final squad for the World Cup, playing against Wales in this friendly. Very important, but the referee brings the first half to a close. Goalless at the break. No goals to record at the Cardiff City Stadium. It's been a good one. Wales starting the better of the two sides, creating all the chances. Lawrence Atizigi has had his topmost best and made that fantastic save to deny Dan James the opener. Gideon Mensah struggled a bit coming up against Dan James, but towards the tail end of the game, he was able to defend his lines. Will Carlos Queiroz be happy with the first half display? So far, Jerome Opoku and Jonas Ajete have also not been bad, holding their own, knowing that there's no Salisu and also there's no Jiku. Goalless at the break. First 45 minutes has ended. Ghana against Wales.
It stands between Wales and Ghana, and there you have the statistics from the first half. Wales arguably have been more dominant and have more of the ball, created better after opportunities, with Lawrence Atizigi being pulled into 2 world-class saves. There you would be seeing some of the highlights from the first half there. Wales, arguably the biggest opportunity of the half, Danny James' header, clawed out of the net by Lawrence Atizigi. That was early in the first half there. And so we'll be taking a look more about the first half of the Carlos Queiroz era. 0-0 between Ghana and Wales, but a lot to learn and pick from. We'll be talking about all of that right after this break here on TV3.
witegura kuba atangiza umukino ubundi umutangijwe n'ikipe ya Ghana no kona ariko umusifuzi aramubwira ati bawitonze. Oche ya ukaraze funga Torres Baldua kuri kona rimaze guterwa na Potia ari wenyine atera umutwe defense niko kubyikuramo igitego cya mbere cya Black Queens Rwanda ubusa.
Igitego cya mbere cya Black Queens kuri kona itewe neza cyane na kapiteni w'ikipe y'igihugu ya Ghana Black Queens, ndetse wenyine ahagaze wenyine atsinda igitego mu buryo bumworoheye cyane. Biraza gusaba ko rero baza kuza kwirinda amakosa nk'aya ngaya yo gusiga bahagaze bonyine, cyane cyane ko ari bamwe mu bakinnyi bakina hanze y'igihugu cya Ghana. Umupira rero usanze wenyine ahagaze azamuka n'umutwe neza atsinda igitego cya mbere. Ibitego navuga ko batangiye kubishaka kugira ngo bazagere mu rugo bafite impamba ihagije ku ikipe y'igihugu ya Black Queens.
Justice Grace acomeka umupira, atasiyo yinjira wenyine, Badu funga shi Amavubi ubusa.
Igitego cya kabiri gitsinzwe na Badu, akaba rero nawe ari umwe mu bakinnyi bakomeye. Umupira uvuye mu kibuga hagati na offside igeze ibamo kuko yari onside, ndetse pass nziza cyane azamuka wenyine cenga umuzamu Badu, abadefenseri baragwa, nta kindi yagombaga gukora. Ubona ko Ghana ishobora kuza gusubiramo amateka u Rwanda rwakoreho na Nigeria yo gutsindwa ibitego 8. Bakomeza gukina gutya ni mu minota 13 yonyine, ibitego 2 ku busa mu rugo. Biragoye ariko ubona ko ari abakinnyi bo ku rwego rwo hejuru. Twahoze tugaruka ku makipe abakina muri Turukiya, abakina muri Israel, abakina mu makipe navuga yo muri Norvege, n'abakinnyi bakomeye abakina.
Atubia ku ruhande rw'iburyo, Atubia jabuga rwamena, Atubia Angelina umupira awukuramo, counter equipe y'igihugu y'u Rwanda
gwamo cyane mu mupira abagore nk'uko zishyirwa mu mupira w'abasaza babo. Ariko Maroc nk'uko ari bigarutseho bo bahise baza ndetse banahigika ibihanganye nka Zambia ndetse na Nigeria, batsindwa ku mukino wa nyuma na Banya n'ibitego 2 kuri
Justice kuri overlap ku ruhande rw'iburyo, atera centre Atubia kuri pass yavuye kwa Justice, arazamuka wenyine ku mutwe, free header witwa Princella Atubia wenyine atatera umutwe wa Brosa kuri teze ya poto. Black Queens 3 shi Amavubi ubusa. Iminota 27 gusa, ibitego 3 gusa bya ekipe y'igihugu ya Ghana. Ghana kuri hejuru cyane, uburyo bwo kuzamuka byo kubonana, umupira uvuye hagati, Torres acomeka umupira muremure kwa Justice ku ruhande rw'iburyo kuri overlap, atatera centre uwitwa Atubia wari wakurikiye neza, ahitaterekaho umutwe kuri teze ya poto, bituma witwa Angelina atamenya umupira unyuze. Black Queens 3 shi Amavubi ubusa.
Yitwa rero Princella Atubia, n'umwe mu bakobwa bafite imyaka 24 ukina ikipe y'igihugu ya Black Queens, akaba yaranyuze mu makipe akomeye nka Espagne, Racing.
Atasi atera umupira muremure ariko Ribere Lydia yawuteye cyangwa 2024 izabera muri Maroc, cyo mbere cyaho kirangire, comeka umupira ku ruhande rw'iburyo,
Prince Kwabena Idu also coming off for Brandon Thomas Asante, and we understand that Ernest Nuama has also come on for Fatai Isahaku.
Fun fact for Nuama, if he lasts the entirety of the second half, that will be more minutes that he's played this season for Lyon. He's only managed about 31 minutes of action due to his injury, only returned in March.
Had a lengthy layoff, but then he's back. Wales trying to start the same way they did in the first half, but then Black Stars showing strength. I think that was too much power there from Elisha. Referee deems that as illegal. Yeah, too much power there to bring Nico Williams down. And a lot of people will be hopeful to see what Brandon Thomas Asante does. Scored 13 goals in all competition for Coventry in 32 matches. Coventry City qualifying for the Premier League next season. So Brandon will be playing in the Premier League. But first and first, has to help the Black Stars of Ghana conquer Wales, then go on to do good things at the World Cup. Came in for Prince Kwabena, showing great urgency there. That is Wales who are putting their passes together beautifully. Thomas tries to find his captain, Ethan Ampadu. It was too much, but Da Silva with that beautiful control there. So far, the same shape, style that Wales started the first half has been introduced. Some 4 changes for the Black Stars, none for Wales at the moment. But they are still controlling the tempo of the game. Lala with that ball to find Brooks in there. Brooks coming forward, but that is a beautiful tackle from Kamaldeen Sulemana. Ball out wide by Elisha to Jordan, who was confronted by Rondon. Jordan Ayew calmly brings the ball back to Gideon Mensah. Gideon goes back to Jerome, who also finds Ajete. Mervyn Senaya. Jerome on the ball now. Opens up wide to Ghana's left back. Gideon, who tries to go long back. Ball's been cut short as Wales regain possession. Ball back to their goalkeeper, Dallo. It looks like it was a wayward pass, but Da Silva has been able to recover. Currently, Enes Yama behind him. Mervyn Senaya winning that header. Zibo couldn't get there ahead of time as Dallo picks out the ball and finds Rondon. Ball back to Dallo again. Another pass that looks a bit wayward, and Dallo is leaving dangerously. In the first half, he gifted Jordan Ayew one. Strong tackle from Thomas. And the referee whistles for a foul on Mervyn Senaya.
Got both the ball and the man. Just a bit too strong there from Thomas.
Strong tackle from Thomas. So Ghana restarts play. So far, Jerome and Ajete have not really put a foot wrong. Long ball from Jerome to Jordan. First touch. Let him down there.
Unlike the first half, Jordan hasn't made a stick just yet. But that was a good run and a good pass from Jerome Opoku. It was an opportunity for Ghana to exploit the unusually high line of Wales in that moment.
And game continues in earnest. Kamaldeen Sulemana now playing more wider than the first half, where he was drifting consistently into the middle. Brought down. Seemed to be in some form of pain by the referee. Whistles play on. Brandon goes up. Carlos Queiroz keenly watching on to see if the changes that he made would have an impact on the team. Mervyn Senaya, so far, been brilliant. And Rico, I was talking about Jerome and Ajete not putting their foot wrong in the game we've seen.
I think they've been good. They've defended generally well. That was loose from Kwesi Sibo, but wonderfully retrieved from Elisha Owusu. But I think the pairing of Jonas Ajete, who just gave the ball away,
And I think Oreku just suffered the commentator's curse.
I just had to keep quiet in that
Just when he
moment.
praised Ajeti, then he gives that ball away, but he's been able to regain possession for Ghana. Gideon Mensah, I'm sure at a point in this game, we may see the return of Abdul Baba Rahman, who's been out for 3 years. Currently plays for PAOK. Benjamin Asari, who was Ghana's #1 during the qualifiers. Recently was in post when we took on Mexico, where we lost by 2-0. Today he has had to come on and substitute Lawrence Atizigi, who made a fantastic save in the first half, but was coming forward beautifully. Referee says Jordan Ayew got a bit of the ball, not the foul on Shiman. Long one there. Goalkeeper Dallo had to come out because Brandon Thomas Asante was chasing down that ball.
And he's calling for calm. I think Ghana are just trying to play that through pass a bit too soon. In the last 15 minutes of the first half, we saw a lot more composure, a lot more passing. But this second half, is the reliance on long balls has just been too much.
Brandon Thomas Asante, his coach Frank Lampard, described him as a super sub. He made his debut for Ghana in 2024. He's played 5 games so far and he scored 1.
In the Unity Cup against Nigeria.
Yeah.
Remember that goal?
And he'll be hoping that he would get some more goals for Ghana when we go to the World Cup. Kamaldeen Sulemana, a lot to be on his shoulders with the absence of Mohamed Kudus.
Let me ask you something. Bar Thomas Partey, who was at risk of a red card, Thomas Asante, Nuama, Sibo, those 3 changes, what do they mean to you?
It means that coach wants to bring some form of steel, especially in the middle there, and wants to try something new up front with Brandon Asante, because it was more of Jordan who was playing as a #9. This time he's playing more of a #10 with Brandon Asante rather as the #9. But Nyama on the ball now. And as Nyama goes past Thomas, he's brought down, but referee says that it was a clean tackle from Thomas. Senaya, sorry. There were some protests from some of the Ghanaian players. Now, Senaya has to get back because Wills are coming forward with Brooks there. Sends in the cross. Ball loose. Everyone. Almost an on goal from Gideon Mensah in his attempt to prevent the ball from getting to Dan James. But it looks like goalkeeper Benjamin Asari had it covered. But Gideon is very fortunate that this one went wide. Did Asari really get attached to the ball? It looks like he got a tip to this one. Corner kick to Wales. Game still goalless at the Cardiff City Stadium. Gideon Mensah. Wales go short with Brooks and Da Silva coming in. Thomas sends in that cross. Kamaldeen with that defensive duty. Another cross in there. Ball falls to Thomas. Brings it back and takes a shot. But Jonas Ajete, again,
Once again.
being that shield. So far, he's made about 3 crucial blocks. And that has been good.
Once again, Ghana struggling with Wills and their ingenuity from set pieces. When they play short and moving around like that, the Black Stars haven't been able to react.
Thomas on the cross now. Corner kick to Wales, 55 minutes played, goalless. Sends in a long one. Again, Jonas Ajete getting something on that ball. Throw in to Wales. Dan James picks this one up. Carlos Queiroz, his first game in charge of the Black Stars. We'll be looking at some players for inspiration. Ghana's bench still has some quality that he can call on, because there's Kajol Pompepra, Abdul Baba Rahman, Abdul Mumin, Derek Lucasen is also there, Alidu Seidu, Iñaki Williams, Christopher Bonsuba, Caleb Irenchi, Antoine Semenyo, and Augustin Boache all on the bench. And I'm sure at a point in this game, all these players will have a feel of Queiroz's first game. Throwing to Ghana, Senaya to Kwasi Zibo, back to Senaya. He finds Ajiti, who goes back to his goalkeeper, Benjamin Asari. Plays this one long. Jordan failed to control the ball. Brooks now. Wolves coming forward dangerously. Brooks. That. Some clearance from Jerome Opoku. And he did brilliantly to ensure he gets the ball and not the man.
Once again, the ball is not sticking up front to Jordan the second half, and that is, making Ghana really struggle to move up the pitch. And the effect of that is now the defense is under a lot of pressure, and yet another corner kick conceded.
Brooks behind the ball. One of Jordan's best quality has to be his hold-up play, but so far in this game, it's not really shown. Captain of the side, currently having a word from the referee. Ghana to defend this set piece. Jordan on Thomas. Brooks behind the ball. Sends this one in. A low cross, poor corner kick, cleared by Gideon Mensah. Throwing quickly effected. Wills still coming forward. Gideon shows quality there with that great strength. Ball back to Gideon. Hits it long. Trying to find Jordan. Jordan with that control, but it's been cut out. But Ghana still regains possession. Long one from Elisha there to find Ernest Nyama. Ernest Nyama goes out wide to find Senaya bad. Offside in there. Senaya ran too early.
It has to be faster there from Nyama. You can see from the signals of Senaya there, it was a good opportunity for Nyama there. Good 2v1 opportunity to be able to get across in there. But my bigger issue there was that even if Senaya was onside, Ghana barely had one man in the box. And so, it would have been extremely difficult to be able to pick out across one striker against about 4 defenders. Jordan needs to be up there with Kamaldeen and Thomas Asante, especially when the ball is coming in from the right-hand side there.
Of course, and we'll need a lot of inspiration, especially from players like Jordan, to get into the box.
Speaking of Kamaldeen Suleiman, I think he's been subbed off.
Yeah, some substitutions are for both sides. Wales bringing on men, and Ghana also bringing on men. Caleb Irenchi. Recently, under departed head coach Otuado, he was playing as a right back. It looks like under Carlos Queiroz, it is clear he will be in his natural position, which is the midfield. The likes of Kumas all coming in for Wales. Brooks going off at the moment. Caleb.
I think Caleb came on for Elisha Owusu, and then Christopher Bonsuba also coming on for Kamaldeen Sulemana. So it's more or less like a straight swap. Bonsuba, I think, stays on the left wing, a position where he's become accustomed to Al Katia, where he's played as a left wing back. And so Queiroz would rely on his creative powers, finished with 12 assists in the Saudi League. We'll be relying on that in this game and beyond.
Of course, Cameron Congreve came on for Dan James, and Louis Comas also came on for Keith Moore. Then we had Nathan Goodhead also taking the place of Dan Brooks. And Ghana also bringing on Caleb Renchi, and Christopher Bonsuba, who plays his football in Saudi Arabia. Back four still remains unchanged at the moment, and Bonsuba's first involvement is to win the foul for Ghana. By the way, one of Ghana's opponents at the World Cup, Croatia, were involved in the friendly game earlier today. They were beaten by Belgium by 2-0. Maybe that could be some form of iota of inspiration for Ghana. They had the likes of Luka Modric all represent. Cross sent in by Enes Nyama. Kwesi Zibo's first touch was poor there. The referee says play on Mervin Senaya. Ball with Enes Nyama. Enes Nyama trying to cut onto his left, but goes out wide to Senaya. Mervin Senaya against Da Silva. Senaya's cross is deflected out for another corner kick for the Black Stars. Mervin so far has been able to find himself in very good positions,
Yeah.
especially when he's overlapping and allowing his wingers to cut in.
I think he showed a lot of running power and ambition on that right wing, and it's interesting how he's been able to develop telepathy with the likes of Atawa and Nuama because they're left-footed and would love to cut inside.
Another corner kick, Jerome Opoku Ajeto in the box. A ball sent in by Jordan. Heads go up. This time, I think it is but it was lacking accuracy as the ball flew over the crossbar. That would be some form of confidence booster for the young defender and Carlos Queiroz. In recent times, Black Stars have done well with set pieces, especially in the qualifiers where we scored a lot.
Yeah, I think you look back at that and say that was a good chance. It was a good chance, and he had a very good leap. Probably as the contact point of where the ball hit his head, and that ensured that the ball ended up looping over the bar. But it was a very, very good opportunity, and Ghana have threatened from corners in this game as well.
That has been Ghana's bets to scoring goals in this game from set pieces, which is really crucial when you're playing a tournament like the World Cup. As Didier Deschamps would always say, being good with the set pieces is always a blessing. But Ghana there with some confusion and chaos in the box. Nico Williams looking towards the referee for a foul, but the referee waves play on. It was Kwesi Zibo that came in with that tackle, but in the end, the referee judged that as illegal. No infringement in there.
His second touch there, he probably had lost the ball, and the ref's interpretation would be he didn't have control of the ball. And so perhaps that's why that wasn't considered as a penalty. But it's a close shave.
And I'm sure Sibo will learn a lot from this in this day of VAR. Players would be making the sign that the referee needs to go and review. And at the World Cup, VAR would really be at the center
Very involved.
of affairs. Da Silva for Wales goes out wide to Thomas, being confronted by Senaya. Senaya with another good block there. Ethan Ampadu has the ball back. Wales trying to cut open that Black Stars defense. Ethan Ampadu, currently one of the most decorated players in this Wales team. He's played 61 times for them, yet to score a goal. Ghana coming forward with Enes Nyama. Big opportunity for the Black Stars. Enes Nyama casting onto his left, but that is a goal. That is a goal. Caleb Renchi gives the Black Stars the lead after that superb solo run from Enes Nyama. 65 minutes played at the Cardiff City Stadium. Caleb Renchi coming off the bench to give the Black Stars this lead. Wales have been dominating the game, but it is the Black Stars who opened the scoring. That is a good one for the young man who has been touted as the next big thing. Ghana 1, Wales 0.
this is all about the hard work off the ball. Ghana wins the ball and immediately throws bodies forward. And it's all about Enes Nuama here. Just look at that drop of shoulder there. He probably should have finished the chance off, and UNC also should have finished the rebound off. But it's just reward for committing bodies forward and ensuring that you're able to get the rebounds. And in the end, I think on the balance of things, Ghana probably deserve to take the lead in the second half. Wales just haven't been the same side in the first half. And I think the changes have made a difference. And Ghana lead by 1-0.
Caleb Renchi there. There you see the coaches, the technical staff of the Black Stars exchanging pleasantries, and joy in the fans. The hundreds of Ghanaians who are at the Cardiff City Stadium are in ecstasy mood, seeing the Black Stars take the lead against Wales. Caleb Renchi started his football journey with the Right to Dream Academy, currently playing in Denmark for Nordsjælland. Played 11 games for the Black Stars, and this is his first goal for the senior national team. It is scary to know that he is just 20 years of age. It looks like there's some form of urgency in the Black Stars play with the new substitutions that came on. But you look at the goal again, everything started with Caleb Renchi. That 1-2 he played with Enes Nuama was brilliant.
Yeah, and it's just interesting to see how the two of them just literally carry the ball from midfield. And these guys have an average age of what, like 19.5 years? These two guys literally carried the ball from the center circle and ensured that they gave Ghana the lead there. 2 second-half substitutes combined in Carlos Queiroz would be a happy man.
Of course, Gideon Mensah with that cross in. A header comes in, but Jerome Opoku did not get enough power on that one. And it went straight to goalkeeper Dallo. I think he was surprised the ball got to him, and he wasn't really prepared for that. Big opportunity for Ghana to make it 2-0. But as it stands, the Black Stars are leading by a 0-0. Good one there. Caleb Renchi opening the scoring. Wales all trying to come out hard. Ethan Ampadu, sorry. Ball with Da Silva. Ampadu again pushes out wide to Comas. Wales have been very dominant, had the lion's share of possession in this game. That is the Black Stars who take the lead. Game still very much open. Wales coming forward again. Kwesi Zibo with another tackle this time. Referee judging this as illegal. Free kick to Wales. And Zibo would also want to be careful not to attract any booking. Wales on the ball now. Coming forward with Cameron Congreve. Ball with Nico Williams. He finds Rondon. Rondon finds his partner. Thomas at the moment. Kumas coming forward with Da Silva. Ethan Ampadu, the captain of the side. Nico Williams sends in the cross. Ajete fails to deal with this one, sorry. And Kumas nearly getting the equalizer for Wales. It looks like Ajete misjudged the flight of the ball this time.
I think he completely lost his man there. And Kumas should be doing better.
That was a big opportunity for Wales to tie this at 1-1. Kumas, I'm sure Greg Bellamy would be very disappointed that he couldn't hit the target. That was a cross from Nico Williams. And it looks like Benjamin Asare had this covered, but his kick is a poor one. Currently, Wales are knocking on the door to get that equalizer. Congreves losing out to Gideon Mensah. Christopher Bonsuba. Good work there to find Brandon Thomas Asante. His sold-out play since he came on has been great. But now back with Jerome, who finds Ajete. Pushes out wide to Senaya. Tries to play the 1-2 with Enes Nuama. Comes off beautifully. with Enes Suyama coming forward. Again, ball falls to Brandon Thomas Asante. Opportunity for the Coventry City man to get another goal for the Black Stars. This time, his left-footed effort was wide off the target, but this was another massive chance for the Black Stars.
Senaya and Norma have been on the same wavelength aside that run that saw him go offside. Since then, it's almost been telepathic there, and they've managed to create yet another opportunity. Perhaps Brandon Thomas Asante would feel he had to do better there. But once again, it's the impact of the substitutions from Carlos Queiroz. There's just a different energy attached to the counter-attacks from Team Ghana now.
More substitutions will be made. And the man that many were talking about and were hoping that would have a good World Cup, Iñaki Williams, it looks like he'll be coming on. Jerome Opoku looks to be struggling a bit. But it's Ghana who are leading Wales by a goal to nil. Some 18 minutes left to play at the Cardiff City Stadium. It's just a friendly game, but a win for Ghana would be very important as they are heading into the World Cup. Coach Carlos Queiroz, this is his first game in charge of the team. He was not available for that Mexico game. But Congreve sensing the cross there. Benjamin Asare, calm, cool, collected. Straight into his arms. It looks like there's a change in tactics for the Wales team. They are now sending in a lot of crosses from both flanks.
Yeah, I think the new striker, Comas number 9, very, very tall striker, adept in the air as well, has already had one opportunity that he failed to put away. Clearly, they want to give him as many chances in the air as possible. And perhaps at halftime, they realized that he could fancy his chances against either Jonas or Jerome in the air.
So, Jerome currently off receiving treatment.
So Caliber slotted into centre-back.
Kelly Brenchi has joined Ajete as centre-back. Wills still on the ball, trying to cut open that Black Stars defense. Nico Williams. Nico still with the ball, finds his captain, Ampadu. Ball with Da Silva, who sends in the cross. Again, ball eludes the defense. Comas couldn't connect, too strong for him. And now some substitutions can be made by both sides. So Iñaki Williams being lined up there. And it would be very interesting to see who comes off. Jordan Ayew coming off for Iñaki Williams. So Gideon Mensah takes the armband. Iñaki has another opportunity, this time to impress in the Black Star shirts. And there's also Senaya, who is coming off. Replacement Ali Duseidu will be filling in at right back. Gideon Mensah is also one of the oldest members of the team. No matter how you look at it, he's played 31 games for the Black Stars. Was part of the 2022 World Cup squad.
Yeah.
And he takes the armband. Ali Duseidu,
I wonder what's happening on the touchline.
there seemed to be some form of miscommunication on the touchline because Senaya has already come off.
Has Ghana exhausted its window of substitutions?
So now...
I think we need another window. Or they wasted time. Something strange has happened. And so for the second sequence in a row, Ghana will be playing with 10 men.
Yeah. So I'm sure at the moment, because the ball hasn't gone out of touch, Ghana will have to wait for that So currently, Ernest Nyama is filling in at right back. Iñaki Williams always present and doing the business for Bilbao. But it's the Black Stars that he's not really hit the ground running. Big opportunity for him. His brother, Nico, is also part of the Spanish team that will be playing at the World Cup. And he will be playing for the Black Stars, 31 years of age as well. Ball sent in, but sorry, guys, this one out. Iñaki also made his debut for the Black Stars ahead of the 2022 World Cup. He's also played 25 times for Ghana, and he scored 2 goals. But for Bilbao, since 2014, he's played 407 games and scored 85 goals in the process.
Yeah, it's been a shadow, similar to the story of Antoine Semenyo.
Remember clearly asking Coach Otuado at the Barbara Sports Stadium when Ghana took on Angola in that AFCON qualifier, that what would it take to get the best out of Iñaki Williams? And he says that a lot of the work also depends on Iñaki Williams. Today he's gotten the opportunity to get himself onto the score sheet ahead of the World Cup. Gideon Mensah. First few minutes he had huge problems with Dan James, but so far has been able to fill in and be composed. Bonsuba chases this one out, but Dalo comes off quickly and clears the ball out of touch. Greg Bellamy dishing out instructions to his boys. In terms of possession, they have been very decent, but as far as the most important statistics in football is concerned, it is Ghana who are leading. Ernest Nyama with the trickery there. Some step overs coming up against Da Silva, and that excites the crowd at the Cardiff City grounds. Kwesi Zibo so far has been tidy in possession, but now with Christopher Bonsuba. Bonsuba Hassan finds Kelly Brinchi. Good play from the Black Stars. Putting passes together beautifully. Sibo finds Ajete. Ball back with Benjamin Asare. And the crowd are whipped up at the Cardiff City Stadium. Excited with what they are seeing at the moment. That Ghana are controlling the tempo of the game. Can they hold on? Can the Black Stars hold on? A long one there, trying to find Iñaki Williams. Dalo again comes off his line. He's done this.
That's the 4th time he's done it.
4 times in this game.
That's the definition of a modern day goalkeeper.
That Jerome Opoku didn't come on again, and his place has been taken by Abdul Mumin, who is currently partnering Ajete at the back. So Abdul Mumin, who has also, endured a torrid season where he was out for the larger part of the season, recently returned to the Vallecano side. Today, he gets to play again. Sends in a long ball, trying to find Iñaki Williams, but he's now offside. About 10 minutes of normal time remaining. Can the Black Stars get more goals? Can they hold on? That is the question at the moment. Cardiff City Stadium. We've been told by the Ghana Football Association Communications Director that it is likely the Black Stars will play one more friendly game before our first game against Panama on the 17th of June in Toronto. Panama recently played Brazil, where they lost by 6 goals to 2. So 2 of our opponents have lost their games, Panama and Croatia, and we are winning. It should be a huge confidence booster for us. Will's not giving up, still coming forward. Ethan Ampadu on the ball now. being confronted by Kelebrinchi, takes a shot, but it's blocked. Ghana have all 10 men behind the ball. Ethan Ampedu trying to find Kumas in there. Will stringing passes together beautifully. Ampedu goes left. Ball still with Wales. Nico Williams finds Ampedu. Wales dazzling in there. A cross comes in, but being dealt with by Ajete. Nico Williams still on the ball. Kelebrinchi tries to nick the ball off him, but Wales still very tidy in possession, not allowing the Black Stars to pour forward in their numbers as they've pinned Ghana in their own half in the last 2 minutes. A cross comes in. Christopher Bonsuba comes in and does a tidy job. Gideon Mensah, to nobody in particular, as Wales recycle possession and will pour forward again. Ghana, after getting the goal, has slowed down the tempo a bit. Kelebrinchi showing strength there, but Wales still on the ball. There needs to be a bit of urgency in our game. Brandon Thomas Asante brought down
Very good
by
free kick
Ampedu.
there.
Yeah,
Gives the Ghanaian defense
intelligent free kick.
a chance to rest. They've been under the caution the past few minutes.
More substitutions for Wales. Clearly, they want to get the equalizer. Rondon coming off. And Da Silva as well. With Norton Davis coming on. And Andrews also replacing Rondon. Long ball to Ernest Nyama, showing a lot of pace, but that has been cleared. And Norton Davis, who just came on. Ernest Nyama plays for Lyon in France. Suffered an ACL injury. Had to sit out for longer periods. Only came back recently before the season ended, but was able to make it in time to be part of Carlos Queiroz' 26-man squad, because in the past he's shown a lot of quality and will be hoping to take this opportunity of showing some great performances at the World Cup. There you have it. After 3 years of not being with the Black Stars, Abdul Baba Rahman comes on and he takes the armband.
I think he's still the most experienced player. If you're looking at number of cups on the pitch with the players remaining, he still has the most number of cups, and so rightfully so.
You could see the big smile on Sami Bartels' face when Baba Rahman was just coming on. Abdul Baba Rahman, a man who clearly defies opinion, that one of the best left backs we've had in recent times. A lot of experience having played for clubs like Asante Kotoko, Dreams FC in Ghana, went on to Augsburg. Then he had that big money move to Chelsea in 2015. But that Chelsea move did not go as planned, as he suffered some setbacks with an injury that almost ended his football career. But he's found solace, he's found a new home in Greece, as he now plays for PAOK. Since 2023, he's not been with the Black Stars. He's made 74 appearances for the national team. 52 appearances for the national team. Scored 1 goal in the process. And he's back with the team. He has about some 5 minutes to warm himself back into the national team. A good welcome for Abdul Baba Rahman.
Yeah, after 3 years, I think it's best to probably ease him back into the national team setup. And as I said, if you're probably combining all the caps of the players on the pitch, they wouldn't get to what Baba has. He has, I think, more than 50.
Yeah, he's played 52 times for the Black Stars
Yeah.
and scored 1 goal in the process.
No one is close to that. On the pitch.
Taking the armband in place of Gideon Mensah. Clearly, we have an idea of how our left back competition would be. 2 players are fighting for that, Gideon and Baba. Too much force from Caleb Renchi results in the foul for Wales, who are still pushing and are hopeful of getting the equalizer, but they have 4 minutes to do so. Ball goes out to Norton Davies, who finds Kumas in there. Sorry, Andrews, who just came on. Ethan Ampedu, formerly of Chelsea, now the captain of this Wales team. Congreve turns in the cross, but again, it's been defended brilliantly by Kelly Renchi. But Thomas Asante loses out in a very dangerous area.
Yeah, needs to be careful in those central areas.
Maybe you're going to meet some top quality at the World Cup, but it's a pinball in the area of Ghana and ball flies over the crossbar as Davies turn and try to have a dig at goal. His shots flying way off targets. Ghana survive, still leading by a goal to nil with 3 minutes to end. Oko, how important would this win be for Carlos Queiroz ahead of the World Cup?
I think it would be massive. It would be such a confidence booster, especially for a Black Stars team that hasn't won a game in months. It's been about 4 or 5 games since the Black Stars last won a game of football.
Our last 5 games have all ended in a defeat for us. But Ernest Nuamah has brought in some energy. It looks like he's very, very direct. One that is not scared to take on the defenders. He doesn't even look back. Gets the ball and straight he runs at opponents.
It's the pace and trickery and the directness. That's what's been the difference.
Yeah.
In the second half.
Ernest Nuamah, big lad there. One whose ceiling is very high. A lot of people have tipped him to be a core part of the Black Stars and future. So far, so good for him. The World Cup could be a very, very important period for him to regain his form, and this would be his first World Cup because he was not part of the team that played the 2022 World Cup. Again, Wales coming close. A shot across goal. A header there, I think, from Kumas, which came off Ajete, and then Baba Rahman had to put it out of touch for a corner kick. So, with about a minute to go, we're still pushing. Congreve with the corner kick there. It's a tussle, but it looks to have come off Ethan Ampedu, and ball. It's a goal kick to Ghana. Huge sigh of relief for the Black Stars.
Once again, the threats from the corner, but they've just failed to make it count. They've never really tested Ashara in the second half. Came close a couple of occasions in the first half, but they've just not managed to get any meaningful chances in that second half. And kudos to Carlos Queiroz.
We are doing 5 minutes of added time at the Cardiff City Stadium as Wolves come forward with JT stepping in, clearing everything that comes his way this evening. Still very young. One that the handlers of the Black Stars say has a lot to add to his game, and they're hoping that he will grow in confidence and ability as well We'll send it across. This time it's Abdul Mumin who gets something on the ball. Still coming forward. It's all been Wales in the last 5 minutes. It's open up for Davies. He tries to be intelligent in there. But Ghana losing out on all the 50-50 balls at the moment. It's Wales who are creating all the chances, sending a lot of crosses into the box. With 4 minutes to end proceedings, the Black Stars will need to shut the door completely. And Padu. Who's coming forward again. The shot comes in. Benjamin Asare. It looked like he had it covered. Flashes way off the crossbar. And no trouble for the Accra Heart of Oak #1, who could end up making history at the World Cup by becoming the first locally based goalkeeper to have minutes. 2006, the likes of Jojo, Sami Eje didn't play any part in there. 2010, we had the likes of Aholu and Daniel Eje also didn't get minutes. Then 2014, it was Stephen Adams who was with Diana. Then he also didn't get any minutes. 2022, Kumasi Asante Kotros Dan Lad was also there. 2026, we have Benjamin Asare. Can he be the first goalkeeper, locally based goalkeeper, to get minutes at the World Cup? We'll find out in a few days' time. But still, game continuing in earnest here with Wales trying to get the equalizer. That was a beautiful goal. Kumas with a beautiful header connecting from that Nico Williams cross to get the equalizer for Wales with about 2 minutes to end. And Oreku, you talked about the fact that there's been a change in tactics. A lot of crosses are being sent into the box. Kumas has tried several times, and this time he planted the ball beyond goalkeeper Benjamin Asare.
Yeah,
Abdul Baba Rahman failing to deal with Nico Williams in there. Nico getting past Baba Rahman and sending in that cross. And Kumas, I mean, there was nothing that goalkeeper Benjamin Asare could do on that occasion. But I think Ajete should have been strong in there.
Yeah, but Kumas is a strong striker. I mentioned earlier how he is very effective in the air, and that had affected Wales' strategy of crossing the ball inside the box. He makes a good opportunity when he crept into the blind side of Jonas Ajete, but this time he made it count.
Ghana coming forward again with a few minutes to end the game. Inaki Williams with that poor pass there to nobody in particular. Alidu Seidu regains possession for Ghana. Ajete opens up to Abdul Momen. Momen to Baba Rahman. Baba goes back to Abdul Momen. Ball with Ajete. He now finds Alidu Seidu. Ghana coming forward again. Alidu sends a long one trying to find Inaki Williams, but a comfortable catch for goalkeeper Dallo. Loss of concentration one time at the back has given Wales an opportunity to level the score, and they are pushing forward with just seconds to end the game. Davies there. Ball back with Andrews. Wales all over with the shots in there, but it was a scarf effort. One that flew way. And that is the end of the game. Referee has blown his whistle. Ghana were just some 2 minutes away from recording their first friendly win in about 6 games. But unfortunately, a lack of concentration at the back allowed Kumas to level the score after Caleb Irenchi had given the Black Stars the lead in the second half. Good exercise for Carlos Queiroz, and we'll be hoping to see or hear what he says about this game at the press conference. 1-1, it ended at the Cardiff City Stadium between Ghana and Wales as the Black Stars head into the 2026 World Cup with their first game on the 17th of June against Panama. But the association says that one more friendly game will be played before that. Jonas Ajete Oreko, I feel he had a good game today.
Yeah, his head is probably down because he thought maybe he could have done better for the goal. But I think overall it's a good performance from the team, good exercise. In the end, the reality is it's Carlos Queiroz' first game in charge. And 1-1 is a fair result. Wales didn't deserve to lose this game as well. And so it's just a friendly at the end of the day. Is a key issue is what teams learn from these friendly games. And I think Ghana will know that they definitely have a lot to learn.
A lot to learn from this game. Ethan Ampedu, captain of Wales there. They are not going to the World Cup. Ghana would be in there. But I'm sure there are valuable lessons that Coach Carlos Queiroz has picked from his first game. Antoine Semenyo wasn't part of today's game. Definitely he would play in our final friendly game before the World Cup proper. But this has been a good exercise for all these players, especially the likes of Baba Rahman, who are making a return to the team. It has given Carlos Queiroz an opportunity to know where the cracks are and where to tighten the knot before the World Cup. My name is Mutala Yakubu. Oreku will take over. Sami Battles and Legend Augustine